Yeah, Hot Boy Turk from Cash Money don't get the respect that he deserves. You know, I want to make an analogy. I don't know if y'all remember the cartoon Voltron. It was 5 lions. You had the black lion, the red lion, the green lion, the blue lion, and the yellow one. And each lion served its purpose. In order for them to form Voltron as a team, each lion had to be present so they could assemble the fullness of the power of Voltron. And if one of the lions was missing, they couldn't assemble. And the group couldn't be who they were if one of the elements was missing. And I believe that added up. The Voltron lion, I think the black one was ether, because they represented an element. Red was symbolic of fire, green was the earth, blue was water, and yellow being that of air. But like I said, each element served its purpose. When I look at the Hot Boys group, you have Turk, BG, Lil Wayne, and you had Juvenile. Matter of fact, Juvenile is from the Magnolia like Turk, and they from the same courtway, Talladega Court, or the TC. You know, so you gotta admit, them Hot Boy albums was dope. They was fire. And each one of the members had a strong significance in the group. And people say stuff like Turk is washed up and this and that. You had to look at this guy's situation and what he went through. This guy took a big L, and he was really out there on the streets. Like, what's the name of his label? Young and Thuggin. He was really out there, and he had a lot of different things and odds against him. And that's what some of his setbacks. And I believe if you're part of an organization that those who are in positions of leadership should really step in out of sincerity to remedy whatever situation that this person or whatever's going through. If you look at all the Hot Boys, BG and Wayne was highly favored by Baby way before Turk even came aboard. They had a group called the BGs. And I don't know if I want to say it this way, but BG, he was Baby's and Slim Cash Cow at one time. He was like the saving factor of Cash Money Records. And if you look at Wayne and BG, they both had certain situations similar. They both lost their pops, and Baby and Slim took the men under their wing. So they was favored more by Baby and Slim way before Turk even came on the team. And Juvenile had a situation before he got down with Cash Money as well. He had a couple of underground albums out. So they had things solid, and they had like a fan base way before Turk even got into the industry. Like, Turk was somewhat new. And I believe he was discovered at a block party. He was with Magnolia Shorty, and one of the members of Cash Money, or maybe Baby, they seen him freestyle and they brought him in and said in order for him to become a member on the label, he had to battle one of the members. I think he battled BG if I ain't mistaken. And that resulted in Turk joining Cash Money. And he served his purpose, and you can't knock him. Like, he should get his proper due. He don't get that. This guy spent mad time in jail, away from his family and this and that, with really no support from his old label, I should say. But BG was the one that was there helping him out in his situation. Like, when you locked up, your family's supposed to really look out for you. And people love to see when cliques get back together and have reunions, or come out with like a album or some type of memory type of assembly, so people could come out and support those venues. But they came at a time, man, it was beautiful, because if you look at the whole thing of them trying to do a reunion now, BG is locked up. So you can't do a Cash Money or a Hot Boys reunion, and that's what Turk was just recently calling out for a Hot Boys reunion. But at one time, the Cash Money had 5 members. You had RP BG Derek, out of the 10th Ward on St. Thomas Projects. He was a member of the Hot Boys, the original Hot Boys, before the group got the $30 million deal. There was a situation, I think, that happened, and I don't know if it's related to the situation where the money was missing that Magnolia Levy talked about, that he got blamed for with BG Derek. And I don't know if that's the reason for Lil Derek or BG Derek not being a part of Cash Money or the Hot Boys. So, but if you look at the whole thing with Turk, like I said before, he came off on those Cash Money songs way before his album came out. Like, you go to what album that is on it, the Hot Boys album, he smashed it. He came off on the song Tuesdays and Thursdays. He came off on About Whatever. Same with We on Fire. I Feel, Boys at War, and I Need a Hot Girl. Like, he came off, and what song he really came off on too? On the Chopper City album, BG album, Bling Bling. The album version, he said, a little nigga 17, playing with 6 figures, got so much ice you could skate on a nigga. He killed that. When you listen to that his whole lyrics on that song, he got it off. So we got to give him his respect. He came off on Juvenile 400 Degrees album on that song called Welcome to the NOLA. He came off on the UPT, and the list goes on. But then you have his album, the Young and Thuggin album. That album came out in 2001. And you had a nice couple of dope tracks on there. His single, It's In Me, bringing back to the old school 106 and Park days. I remember sitting up there watching 106 and Park with my family and all that. And that video used to always come on. It was nice and bright and colorful and all that. And the song was nice and mellow. But that whole Young and Thuggin album, it was tight. But I believe that it wasn't promoted like it's supposed to, because I think the label heads had more interest invested in Lil Wayne and BG and Juvenile, and they kind of see Turk like he was just some a tag along. But that album was tight. But I want to talk about his cameo, or him being in the Baller Blockers movie. Like, Turk had a lot of parts in that. He did his thing on Baller Blockers. He was in a couple of parts. And I believe that he got foreshadowed or put to the side because, like I said before, they felt, all right, he didn't have what Juvenile had before Juvenile came to Cash Money, and what BG and Lil Wayne had. These guys was well polished and way in the industry. So he got somewhat pushed to the side. I think that's when he really rebelled, because he wasn't getting the attention that he's supposed to, like the other members of the group. And that time when everything happened, that $30 million deal days, that was the best of times, because you had the Hot Boys group and then you had the Big Timers. And those two groups, the Big Timers and the Hot Boys, they took the industry by storm. Like, they was hitting #1 all the time on the radio and the 106 and Parks and all those other video outlets. They was doing their thing. And Turk was right there in the action. He came at that time where the group just started taking off. But he did deliver, and he did came through when he's supposed to came through. But when you start getting into after 2001, the industry really started changing. And like I said, he was being neglected. He rebelled, and he left Cash Money due to money issues. And I know Birdman or Baby was saying stuff about his actions and trying to put him down. Next thing you know, a little bit in due time, Turk did a diss song called F Cashmomey. But Turk, he was signed with Kino. I don't know, you know Kino. He was a producer for No Limit or True Records. He was signed to him at one time, but then Turk was out there wilding because he didn't have that structure, or he wasn't getting that support like he's supposed to, and it resulted in him getting caught up in the streets. So he was messing with Slim at one time too. I think Slim was gonna sign him to Chopper City. I messed up again. I believe Slim was gonna sign him to Cutthroat Committee. But there was a lot of things going on, and this is what I want to say. God had to been with Turk, because this guy had a shootout with the feds or the ATF, the cops. Survived that, survived jail, and he's out here now. And you got to take that as a sign to say, you know what? God got a purpose for this dude, because he survived all that there and came out. And when he came out, he should have been good. There should have been something set up for him so that he won't have to be, put in a situation or circumstance like, he haven't been taken care of. And if you look at Juvenile in a situation like Juvenile, BG, and Wayne, like I said before, they had situations set up for them. And Juvenile went on to start UPT Records. BG went on to start Chopper City Records. And Lil Wayne, he went on to start Young Money. But while all this is going on, Turk was in jail. So the game changed. So when he comes out, the industry is heavily saturated with a whole bunch of artists. You don't even know who is out in the industry right now, because somebody coming out every second. The industry is not like how it was during those good old days of the Cashmomeys and the No Limits and all that. Now, the people that's in a certain age bracket going to these concerts because they had appreciation for those type of songs or groups. But when he came out with System, he sued Baby. I think it was for $1.6 million, by mistake, or $2 million. I don't know the exact number. But he sued. But he was going at it with Baby some more. But BG, who was helping him while he was in the System, looking out for him and all that, told him, nah, just squash it, And just recently, Turk had said something on Instagram, or something about, you had people saying that they was helping him out while he was in the jail with lawyers and all that, and he lashed out on that whole situation or circumstance. But he should have been looked out for, man. That's all I gotta say. And I believe he has what it takes to really increase his fan base. If he really just say, you know what, I know right now they're not trying to show me the love or look at or give me the attention I deserve, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reinvent myself and I'm gonna spring forward, because I believe he got it, you know what I'm saying? And it's a matter of him just saying, I got a fan base. People know me from the group The Hot Boys. Let me reinvent myself and spring forward. So I'll take my hat off to him, and I hope that his situation and circumstances get better. And I want to say this too, you gotta give a shout out to his wife, man. That lady was with him. She did a bid with him and held him down while he was in that system. And it's strong and it's hard to find an old lady like that there, because the game is dirty and it's wicked out there. I know some of y'all probably saying, yeah, but he just had that situation with that what you call those? I'm trying to be respectful because I don't want to say nothing disrespectful with the dyke. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to I can't remember the term right now. but she held him down while he was in the system. But free BG, you know, I would love to see a Cash Money reunion. When I say Cash Money, I want to see that Cash Money reunion from the days of the $30 million deal days, when you had the big timers and the hot boys. So that's my take on that.